Hello, everybody. It is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate and doing what I feel I do best, crocheting. So, how is everyone today? Crochet. Oops, I forgot. I always forget to hit that mute button. Sorry. So, again, how is everyone today? Before I go anywhere, I would like to thank all of my subscribers. The numbers are growing, and I'm grateful. Some of the comments that I have received on from newcomers have just been so touching, and I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that is so sweet of you all. Um, and even though I have, speaking of sweet comments, even though I have been a member over at Juan's channel for almost a year, I just recently joined his Facebook page. Guys, the love, oh my goodness, the love is so phenomenal, and it's much appreciated for any of you who are here. I do remind you to please hit those thummies, either when you come in or when you're leaving or you're catching it on replay. And whew, I'm trying. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I mean, it's free. It's absolutely free. Costs you nothing but a click. But when you do get there, I'm going to need a second click because there's this bell that has dimples on it. I need you to press that so that you always know when I'm dropping fresh new content. So today, guys, yes, I have notes. I do have notes. Um, I've tried winging it without notes. Y'all see my blanket over here. I elected to keep this blanket because it was one of the first ones I made when I moved into the apartment. And it's a virus blanket. The stitch is a virus stitch. And I don't know, I was gonna sell it at one point, and I saw it one day and I wrapped it around me and it felt like home. So I can't say that I've not made anything for myself. It wasn't the intention when I made it. But when you get that feeling, you got to kind of go with it. So it's got a good home. So to tell you what's in my cup, I am sipping on my great value espresso with my pinch of salt and my drip of vanilla. I also have International Delight Sweet Cream as a creamer, and I decided to ice it today. So I'm drinking iced coffee, and it tastes better than the angel with the waves, the fairy with the waves. It tastes better. It does. Hey, Marsha. How are you? So happy you're here. Okay, so if you noticed in the description box, if you check the description box, or you can check it later, under the ASL, I have decided to start listing the words or phrases that I will be doing on those days. Um, when I start giving them their individual videos again, I'll make sure that I make a video card just for that purpose. I will have everything listed on that card as well. And I'll also be giving you some other channels that you can check out if you want to get deeper into learning ASL. A couple of the ones that I really go to. I also have a person that I go to, though. So keep an eye out in the description box for that. To everyone coming in, hello, hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I am grateful. And I'd also like to give out a few thank yous. I want to thank Auntie Setta for shouting me out. I thought that was so sweet. I really, really did. And I got a subscriber from that. So I'm grateful for that as well. Um, which sedges me into another thing. Y'all, I'm supposed to be going to Texas next month. And I want to go. I really, really want to go. But it's kind of up in the air right now because getting there is no problem. It's just getting back home. And whereas the tickets are not really as expensive as I thought they were, it's still a little out of range right now for me. Um, so if you go to my description box, I always list my Cash App and PayPal under my bio description. So any help would be appreciated. I really want to go. I really need a vacation and I really want to spend some, personal time with my son. My son is coming here, but he's only staying for a short while. And my plans are to go to Texas and be with him for 10 days. And then I will come back home. And it'll give me a break from what's here and clear my mind. And y'all guys know I will be posting probably multiple times a day because it's going to be like a new environment for me. Not San Antonio, but the fact that my son and his fiance bought a house. So the house is going to be new. They combined their vehicles and got one. That's going to be new. So being in a new space, when I go, they already have the room set up for me. So it's like I'll be in my own little space while I'm there. And I'm excited. I'm excited and I really want to go. So that's that. I am going back to, and I have already recorded my video star of the week. Well, let me rephrase. Actually, video stars this week, which I will be running it a little more than a week. I'm going to run it through the first week of September. It's two creators, it's two content creators, but I usually see them in pairs and they work really, really, really well together. Um, I liken them to the Olsen twins or the Jackson 5 minus 3 because they really, really work well together. One has been with YouTube since April of 2013. The other has only been here since May of 2020. That in itself is a feat because we all know what was happening back in 2020. So, and the one who's been here since 2013 has 1.35 subscribers. So we got to push and get her to that 1,500. And the other has 519 subscribers. So we got to push her to get to that 1,000. And I know we are capable. So we're going to do that because we look out for each other, because we love each other. And the two creators that I speak of are the two creators that I speak of are IvyBCreates and Jen Reeves. Yay! I'm gonna learn to do all of that stuff, y'all. I am. I'm gonna be like and get all the and then send out the hearts, and I'm gonna get the hearts. Eventually, I'll get there. But yes, these ladies, when I met them, I was in another room and I hopped on there live that night and they were preparing for, I think they called it Bad Cupid. It was a bingo game and it was like Bad Santa. And I just thought that idea, that concept was so neat. So I hopped on to see what it was about. I joined them the night of, and I told them then that I would donate to the gifts. And the night of the bingo, the two ladies that won, I donated the um, turtleneck cows that I do. And the two ladies that won, I was excited to be able to share that with them. So be looking out for that video. It's already been recorded. It's in the process of being edited, and it should drop a little later today. So all of the specs will be in the description box for that video and on video cards. So you can go check those ladies out. Okay. So before I get into the ASL, I wanted to tell you all how I started crocheting and why I love it so much. Now, guys, crocheting and I did not start on good terms. No, we didn't. We weren't friends. We were not friends because I actually saw it as a punishment. I was diagnosed with ADHD. Back then, they didn't call it ADHD. It was hyperactive. But I was diagnosed as being hyperactive very young, because I can't keep still. I try and I try, but I can't do it. It's medication or not. I can't do it. It's not in me. And it bothered my babysitter so much that she decided she was going to teach me to crochet and felt like I had to sit down to crochet. She made me do the chain stitch so much. Like I said, it felt like a punishment. It wasn't, I didn't feel like, I didn't know then that it was to practice my tension so that all of the chains would look somewhat uniformed. To me, it was, like I said, a punishment. And I started out crocheting very tight. So she realized, she kept telling me to loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. And when she realized I wasn't going to loosen up after a whole week of chaining, nothing but chaining, 100 chains, take them out, do it again, take it out, do it again. She decided that she was going to start me on single crochets. And I couldn't get the hook in the stitches. And she said, that's why you don't crochet tight, because you need to be able to get that hook into your stitches. So you have to learn to loosen up. So then I had the task of crocheting the chain and trying to insert the hook in the stitches. So I finally loosened up on my stitches, got that part down, took that loose, and we made our first circle. That grew into a granny square. So my first project was green and white because my mom at the time taught at Forest Glen High School, which is my alma mater, and their colors were forest green and white. And I made a poncho. And I also made a granny square tam to go on my head. So I had the little matching set. Miss Lena, who was my babysitter, made the pom pom because that was too much. After crocheting all of that, I didn't want to go to that too. But I was excited once I got the little poncho made. I thought it was cute. Never thought I looked cute in it, but I thought the little set was cute. Um, so they were my first two projects. I figured now that I made something, we can stop these shenanigans and I can go back out in the backyard and play with the dogs and dig up holes and all that good stuff. No, no, no. Had me to make a lace. She went to the hardware store and got some twine, some little twine. It was thicker than thread, but it was still small. And I had to use the little small hooks and crochet a lace across the top of a queen size flat sheet. When I tell y'all that was a forever project, it was. I didn't think I was going to ever get that done. All I remember was, I know now that they were shells, but all I remembered for a long time was that it was a bunch of double crochets. I mean, a bunch of double crochets. I yeah, I was not happy. But I also think that I kind of drug it out because I started learning to crochet in January of 69. By the time I made my poncho and hat, it was March. So we were coming up on spring. It was a little bit too warm to wear them because we used 4 worsted weight. And when she got the twine for me to work with that, I drug that all the way out to the end of the school year. So I felt like I was not going to have to do that ever again. So those were my first 3 projects. And I have to tell you about my next crocheting experience. Did I continue to crochet until my next experience? No. When I was in 3rd grade, probably my worst year in school, we, in our arts and crafts, they had all the girls to assemble in the cafeteria. And when they were passing out our projects, all of us had a ball of yarn and a crochet hook. And I thought, oh my God, this can't be happening. But it did happen, y'all. Oh my goodness, we had to crochet pot holders. When I picked mine up, I did the stitches, I did the chain stitch, and I automatically started going back doing the single crochet. Because when they explained to us what we were making, I knew it was not going to be a granny square. And I had all this practice. So I went it on before they got to that part. And when they came around to check everybody's work to see if they had done the chains right, by this time I'm like on my second row of single crochet. And the lady asked me, I don't even remember the teacher's name. She says, how did you know how to do this? And I said to her, I know how to crochet. So she started teaching everybody the single crochet. I don't know what she was doing. It would be similar to the crab stitch, but she wasn't going backwards and she wasn't, somehow or another, her work was all jumbled up and it did not look right. And she kept asking me, how did you get your work to come out looking like this? How do you, how can you tell your stitches apart? How does it not bunch up? I went from student to teacher in the 3rd grade. But I think at that time was when I started developing a real serious liking, not gonna say love, but a real serious liking for crocheting because, like I said, 3rd grade was the worst year of school for me. And That was when the really hardcore bullying began. But here was something that I could do that nobody else in my class could do, and not even the teachers could do. So it made me feel special, and it made me feel like I had a talent that nobody else had. And for a little while, the bullying, it slowed down a lot after that. For a little while, it had even stopped because everybody was coming to me asking me for help and advice. And I was happy to be able to give it to them. It felt better than being, somebody's punching bag. Okay. So before we get into the ASL again, I wanted to show you all what I was working on. Of course, I have a scrunchie going. If you all remember, I told you all that I try to participate in the Taco Tuesday that Juan does. And one of the challenges was to run two strands together. And of course, I have Big Twist Mint, and I don't know whose black I have. I have no idea, but I have the mint and I have the green, and I'm running them together to make a scrunchie. I did my first two rounds in double crochet, and I'm doing my last round in half double crochet. Why, you ask? Good question. Because I was running out of yarn. Yeah, so I took it down from a double crochet, and I'm doing the half double crochet so that I can finish out this row. And this will no longer be a whip. It will be an FO. And I will be so happy when that is done. Okay. I want to show you my other four whips. Yes, I had five whips. I just don't know what order to show you. I guess I'll start here. So I know you all remember this baby. I'm still working on it. I got down to the last section. I'm not going to open it all the way out, guys, because it's pretty big. But I did get down to the last section. So I only have 21 rows to go. 21 is not bad, trust me. It sounds like a lot, but it's not bad. Um, the way I have the color patterns going, each section is 7. I have like pink, blue, white, blue, pink. So I have that series to go one more time, and this baby will be done. It's a possibility that it'll be done today, but I have given myself until Friday to do it, so I'm good there. Another one of the wand challenges was really a stash buster. It was make a project using scrap cakes. And I don't know if you remember, I was for a while making a bunch of scrap cakes. So I got like a whole drawer full of them over there. So I went and grabbed this. Is doing justice with this one. I'll be finished with this soon, like real soon. And then this is the second one, which is basically greens. And then this one, which is like yellow, gold, blue, and uh, gray. But I like the way I put them together. I started out with the yellow series, and then I went into the greens, and then the blues, and I had to put my stripe of purple in there. Y'all know I love my purple, but I put my stripe of purple in there, and it's coming along great. I'll be finished with this, like I said, very soon, and then I'm going to go back to the green and finish that ball out, and I'll finish out with this one. I really want to finish this one today because it's Taco Tuesday. Now, the question is, will I be able to finish it by 6 o'clock? This one will be finished before we end here today. So this one I'm not worried about. And that'll be 2 of the 4 items. Now, I did start a third project, and I know, and it's personal, and I was so happy when one of the choices for Taco Tuesday was your favorite color. Make an object or project using your favorite color. You know what? Before I show you that, I'm going to show you this one. I know you all remember this one. This was another stash buster that I started using triple crochet. I would say it's about a third of the way done. I still have a box full of baby cakes. Michelle! That's my Michelle, y'all. So that was whip number one, two, three, four. Okay, whip number five. Whip number five is my baby. Whip number five, I've not given myself an end date. It will be presented as a whip on tonight's Taco Tuesday. Since I made the orange and green one, I had to make a purple one, y'all. This is going to be my hexagon cardigan. Y'all know I am too stoked. And I used every shade of purple I could find in the apartment. I have. I went purple crazy, and I'm happy. That is going to be my baby. I already have the stitch markers at the top because this is my marker to let me know that I don't want to go too much bigger than this. And what I decided to do to make it work is I'm actually crocheting along these three edges. But every now and then, I will only crochet across the bottom. I'll do the granny stitch across the bottom to elongate it so that I'm not just adding the length at the bottom, and around the lapel area as I go. It's going to be incorporated throughout. So that concludes the 5 whip series. Whew. I love to sit with my left knee under me or my left leg under me. But after a while, it starts hurting my hip. I feel like I'm dislocating my hip and I have to straighten it out. So when you see me adjusting, that's why. Michelle, while you're here and listening, I have to continue to thank you for the vanilla flavoring and salt trick in my coffee. That thank you, thank you, thank you. You said I would thank you, and you're absolutely right. Okay, guys, I am just about finished with this scrunchie, as I predicted I would be. And then we're going to jump right into the ASL. I only have 7 words and or phrases for you today. Uh, I don't even really have a title for this. A lot of my ASL I do get through, I think his name is King Ron on Instagram, but I follow him on YouTube and TikTok as well. You said, when am I going to get a TikTok? I have one, I just don't use it. TikTok scares me, y'all. TikTok scares me. So we have a scrunchie. Yep. I wanted to see if it was bigger than my hand. It's bigger than my palm. Of course, it's not going to lay out straight, but yeah, that's good enough. But I have a scrunchie, so I can present. I can photo that and post it on the Facebook page. I am loving this jar. I am glad I chose to do this. It's been one of the best things I've done, and I have to thank the Posh Paper Lady for opening my eyes to using things for other than what they were when we first got them. So yeah, that's where my scrap balls go. Okay, I'm gonna have to try the caramel. I am. I'm gonna have to try the caramel. Okay, so the first word we're gonna learn. Don't forget with your ASL, facial expressions are very important. They are very important. I had 7 words I was gonna show you, but it's gonna end up being 8. Um, because I have a whole sentence I want to share with you at the end. So our first word, hands out in front, kind of loose, not necessarily cupped, but you just want to pull those hands into you. And that means want, want, want. Okay? The X finger, remember the hook for the X? Straight down is need, need, need. I need. Okay? Now, don't want is the want hand, turn it down. Don't want. Don't forget to shake your head and your facial expressions. Don't want. Don't want. Okay? I'm sorry. Stop. Stop. Just imagine cutting it all off. Stop. Whatever activity is going on. Stop. The letter N with your thumb out. No. N-O. No. And if you think about it, it's N, and when you put them together, it kind of looks like a little O. So it's no. No. The S hand, yes. Yes. And if you're not sure, maybe, maybe, maybe. Are you going to have steak next week? Maybe. You're going to cook when you get to Texas? Maybe. And I like this one too. All done. All done. All done. Now, I've shown you this one before in our alphabets when I chose words, and that's help in the direction of whoever needs help. 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 Okay? I'm going to go over the words again. Want, don't want, need, stop, no, yes, maybe, all done, help. You remember the notes we used to send back in school? I like you. Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. Joan, hey sis. Now the sentence I wanted to teach you is because it's so true, but I need help. I need help. Okay? Someone around you needs help and you want to convey that. He, she, or you point. He, she, you, or they need help. Need help. Stop. I need help. What kind of help do you need? That's another one I can show you. I don't know. Hands up, shoulders up. I don't know. We all do that. Some of the signs are things that we already do, that we've already been exposed to. So they're not hard. It's just a matter, of remembering that this is actually a sign. If you go up to anybody and they ask you a question and you can't verbalize it, are you going to do such and such? And you're not sure. Maybe, maybe. So once again, from the top, want, want. I want love. Don't want. Don't want. I don't want dad. Need. Need. I need help. Stop. Stop. Stop playing games. No. No. I crochet. Not knit. No. Yes. Yes. I crochet. Yes, I crochet. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I help you. All done. Kaput finished is all done. And for today's ASL, it is all done. Oh boy, I had fun with those. I was doing them with my grandkids yesterday afternoon, and my grandson absolutely loves. Instead of telling his sister to stop all the time, he just jumps up. Well, yesterday, he would jump up and just say, they are characters. I absolutely love those babies. Okay, health update. So I went to the toe doctor this morning, my cute, handsome toe doctor. And he looked at my toe and he rubbed it a little bit and he asked questions and he was like, it looks really good. I'm like, thank you. He says, okay, well, I'll see you back in 4 months. We'll make sure there's no more massive skin growth. And we're just going to watch and see how it grows from here. I'm like, cool. Y'all, if you didn't know the story, I thought I had an ingrown toenail and it wasn't. It was massive skin growth. When he cut that little chunk of meat out of there, it was all skin. And it was all epidermis skin. If you know the layers of skin, you got the epidermis and then the dermis. And usually the epidermis, sometimes you can remove the epidermis and it won't even bleed. So he snipped a little bit of the dermis, which he had to. It didn't bother me. But it was an amazing heal because He told me when I came off of the numbing medication that it would hurt and I could take my ibuprofen for it. It never hurt, y'all. It never hurt. So that's a good thing. Weight 325.8. So I'm coming back down again. I am getting more active and that feels good. I for the past couple of nights I've slept really well and I get up in the mornings feeling refreshed. Um, I know that I have a long way to go in my journey and I'm looking forward to it. I am actually looking forward to it. It's refreshing to wake up and know that you have your day kind of planned. I'm still working on those time blocks. But yesterday went very smoothly. It was the first day back to school for the kids, and it's the first time that they've gone to separate schools. So, of course, they take separate buses. And we were worried about my granddaughter not getting off at the right place. But y'all, when that bus pulled up, my baby hopped off that bus. Oh my goodness. Like she was a pro. Like, yes, I'm supposed to be here. Yes, I am going to be here. I was so proud of her. Um, I think having a child with disabilities, not only does it humble you, it it puts you in a position of really taking the time to get to know that child, and hence any that come after, you spend that time getting to know them as well. Um, my grandbaby is level 2 autistic. She is verbal. The reason they changed her schools this year is because she doesn't focus in school. So I know the name of it, but it escapes me. Um, it's a form of isolated learning, but that's not the terminology. And it's not for behavioral reasons. It's because she doesn't focus on her work. She also is ADHD, and so is her brother. But it's hard for her to focus on her work. When you can get her to focus, she'll whiz right through it. And she's very smart. She retains more than I do. She's a little whiz. Both of them are, but you have to get her settled to do it. I used to work with both of them with their homework, and when it came time to do hers, we would get frustrated before she did because her mind was all over the place. She was thinking about playing with her Barbie dolls, dressing them up. How much yarn of grandma's is she going to take to make the next scarf and skirt and, braid into their hair? And that's where her focus was. If it wasn't that, it was gymnastics. She does more flipping and jumping and tumbling. Okay, cool. But you got to get your work done. When we would reach our level of frustration where we were saying, you know what? I got to take a break. We're going to come back to this. She would take her paper, do everything right, bring it back to us. And then we're asking ourselves, why didn't she just do this first? Now I'm looking at the paper, I'm all cross-eyed and frustrated, but it's like I said, it's a humbling experience. Um, there are a lot of funny moments. There are a lot of funny moments. And I wish there was a way that we could capture all of them. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. I wish there was a way we could capture all of them outside of just remembering them. You know, I wish that there was some sort of recording device that we could just have on all time, but you either got to plug those up or charge them. So But I'm excited because, like I said, yesterday went without a hitch. When she first had to go to summer school, and it wasn't summer school because of advancement. It's the type of summer school she attends is called enhancement. She's promoted to the next grade, but they try to help her become SOL ready. SOL is the standard of learning test. It's a form of an aptitude test. I know not every state does it because North Carolina does what's called EOG test. So it's the same concept. It's not like the aptitude test that we used to take. This is graded on a national scale as opposed to the aptitude test, which was more regional. Um, when it comes to coloring in circles, baby girl likes to color all the circles. So they were trying to get her to understand that she could only color in the answer. So that was when she first went to summer school. Well, the first day of summer school, at the time my daughter lived in a house and not an apartment, I'm sitting at the house and I'm waiting for her to get off the bus. And the bus comes and he doesn't stop at the house. He goes all the way down to the corner. So I get my grandson, we lock up the house and we walk down to the corner. No grandbaby. Y'all, I started making phone calls. I called the school where they had the summer school. The office said they don't handle summer school, so they turned me over to the library where the superintendent for the Sunday school was. And when I talked to the superintendent, they had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like, look, y'all have lost a child. It happens to be my grandchild, and I don't think you want me to come visit the school. Well, give the buses time to run, sir. You don't understand. Only one bus from there comes down the street. My grandbaby was not on that bus. She got on that bus this morning. When they came to drop off kids, she didn't get dropped off. Okay, well, let us call around and see if she's on another bus. Well, they're calling out the children's names. I mean, the bus driver is receiving the names of the kids because my grandbaby wasn't the only one. The bus drivers are saying the names so the kids could respond. Evidently, the bus that my grandbaby was on was so noisy she didn't hear her name being called. Y'all, it was 3.5 hours before they got my grandbaby home. I was pulling hair. I was almost breaking teeth. I was talking through my teeth so tough. Y'all, I had jumped in my truck so many times and realized it's like I would get to one of the corners and realize if she does come home, somebody needs to be there. And I can't leave my grandson there because I think at the time he was 4 or 5. But I couldn't leave him there to wait for her. So I'm like, okay, I have to stay. I called my daughter and she got on it, and um another friend of the family, they got on it. So, they were out looking around. They're trying to follow the bus. Finally, my daughter and I finally got my grandson up because the friend of the family came to the house. I'm like, you stay here, I'm going to get my grandbaby. We met down at the corner at the same time, and the bus pulls up as we pull up. So I know when that man saw these two big women coming to that door, it took him forever to open up. Y'all, we had to talk to the man through the bus door because he wouldn't open the door. Oh my goodness. And I could imagine seeing these two big healthy women looking like they mad at the world, ready to just tear that bus apart piece by piece. he probably was feeling for his life. Meanwhile, Destiny gets up out of her seat and she's walking to the front of the bus. And he's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "She's coming home. What do you think?" Oh my goodness, y'all! The kids say he was shook. He was scared. Oh my goodness! But you know what? My grandbaby made it home on time every day. Oh, so when my grandson, my grandson's second experience with the bus, where he had to get dropped off out here, he and his sister were taking the bus together. And the first day of school, we went, and my granddaughter got off the bus. We sitting there watching all these kids get off the bus. So I'm like, "Look, I got a beige booger and a yellow booger. I got the beige booger right here. I need the yellow booger." And bless her heart, she was so sweet. The bus driver, she was like, "Well, I don't, I don't have him." The thing I'm glad about with the experience with my granddaughter, I'm glad their mother, my other daughter, was not there. Well, this time my daughter happened to be there. Y'all, when I tell y'all, she took my scooter right then. I had to fight to walk back home because I can't walk very far. Like I said, I lost a lot of my mobility within an 8 month period. And I'm trying to struggle to get back home. This child, bless her heart, they got on my scooter, turned it wide open, and she was on her way to the school to find her baby. Meanwhile, the same friend of the family had gone up to the school. And because he did not get on the bus because he didn't see his sister, he knew he was supposed to get on the same bus with her. Um, he was still at the school. So the family friend picked him up and brought him on home. I had to call my daughter. I was like, "Where are you?" She was like, "I'm over here on power plant." I'm like, "Good Lord, what did you do? Did you put an extra motor in my scooter?" Y'all, she got there in, I would have to say, less than 10 minutes. She got over to power plant, and it takes, from where we are, it takes at least 15 minutes. That's straight shot, not stopping for, traffic or anything. But to get over to where she said she was, it takes at least 15 minutes. And it was like a little under 10 minutes. I called her, "Where are you?" She said, "I'm over here on power plant. I'm getting ready to turn on the weaver now." I'm like, "Baby, baby, wait a minute. What are you doing?" Oh my goodness. I was scared then. I was scared for the school. I was scared for my scooter. But she and the scooter came back in the same two pieces they left in, my daughter and the scooter. So I was happy. I was okay with that. So this year we were anticipating some sort of problem. That's why I said that we were happy when my granddaughter knew to get off here. Cause it y'all. And I told my daughter, I texted my daughter and told her, I said, she got off the bus just fine. It's us that's up in the air and worried. We don't want to all frantic. Okay, so I have a habit of giving people nicknames. I do. I'm not saying it because I didn't see you say anything for a while. So we all know Blind Stitches, and she is one of the sweetest women I know. I did not know she was the age that she was. I was clueless when she told me. I could not believe it. But at any rate, I have given her a nickname. And I don't know if she will let anybody else tell it or not, but I told her that I was going to tell everybody today. To me, Blind Stitches is now Jamaica Mommy. Okay. She is my Jamaica mommy. Just like Michelle is my Michelle. So it's my Jamaica mommy, my sister, my Michelle. Y'all are mine. Yes, y'all are mine. hmm So I am so happy to see you all here. I really, really am, to go with me down memory lane, to share laughs. And Joan, we're gonna try to get some sleep today and tonight. We are. Okay. But it is, we've been here now for almost 56 minutes. We're close to our hour. And I want you all to know how much I love y'all. I really, really do. And thank you so much. Like I said, not only for being here, but for making this. Oh, before I forget. So I don't know if you noticed the title. I think I changed the title here to Come On in the Den. Um, Starting in September, there is going to be a change in my graphics. I hope you all like it. Uh, when in learning how to take out of my head what I want things to look like, I've come up with something that I've been thinking all along. I just didn't know how to do it. And I figured it out yesterday. So I've been writing down and putting that on paper as well. And knowing that this is a season of transition for me, it made sense that it all came together when it did. So I hope you all like it when you see it. Those of you who know me can almost anticipate what it is. It's still going to be purple, Michelle. It's still going to be purple. But there's going to be some pink in there too, and some green and some yellow. I love you guys. Please don't forget to be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody.